Okay, dear Dhamma practitioners, we're going to start our session now. And keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And just follow the sound, please. Do nothing extra. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, in this ongoing meditation session, we mainly try to share some information to practice yourself. So always you have to remember, you are your own master, you are your own guru, you are your own teacher. Your mind is the chief, not any other technique or not any other method, not any other pattern itself cannot take you to different level of experience if you don't give your best. So always then you have to look into yourself and the condition of your mind and the condition of your body. You have to be aware about that. So mainly we take our inhalation and exhalation as our primary mental object. So when it comes to the meditation, the meditation we teach here, there are two mental cultures. One is tranquility meditation. Another way it called samatha mental culture. And another way it called chitta bhavana. Another one is the vipassana meditation culture, vipassana mental culture. And another way it called panya bhavana. And another way it called analytical meditation. So those are the two parts. And there are many methods people practice. Only practice point of view, I give these details. Some people directly get into the samatha meditation technique and start their practice with the samatha or the tranquility meditation and develop it as a foundation and develop undisturbed mind. When they come to the undisturbed mind, it will help them to recognize things as it is. So whatever the perception comes to them, or with their 5 aggregates, form, feeling, perception, volition, and recognition, tranquility meditation will help you to recognize things as it is with that experience. And not only that, when you develop the tranquility meditation, it will help you to reduce the 5 hindrance. So all the hindrance will disappear when the mind tranquilizes. So that is tranquility meditation. So some people start with that. And when you practice deeply, little by little, directly you can go to the analytical meditation or the vipassana meditation or the panya bhavana. Some say it is better to go like that, but it is different person to person. But if you cannot tranquilize your mind, if you cannot get out of the five hindrance, there is no way that you can get into analytical meditation. It's just a thought maybe. So that's why you always remember the process. And then another way, so one is tranquility meditation and then go to vipassana meditation. And another way, vipassana meditation. And from there, you can come to tranquility meditation also. So then it's a other way. You can go from the tranquility meditation first, you develop it as a foundation, then go to vipassana. Or if you know very well, and if you practice deeply and understand, and if you have the very clear analytical mind, and you start from that and then come to tranquility meditation. And then integrate these two things, each other. Tranquilizing, analyzing. Analyzing at the same time, tranquilizing. Recognize that things as it is, and at the same time recognizing how it come to be as it is. So that is a kind of way sometimes some can practice that way. So those are the methods. And when it comes to our inhalation, exhalation, that we take as our primary mental object. So then always remember to settle down with the sensation of the inhalation, exhalation. Don't try to develop thoughts over the sensation. You have to first recognize the sensation and then allow the inhalation, exhalation happen itself. When you observe and recognize the sensation, it will help you to calm down mentally and physically. So when the mentally calm down when the physically calm down, what will happen as a result of that physical, mental settle down, your inhalation, exhalation going to become more calm and relaxed. It always depends according to the thoughts and the patterns. So as example, it like this. Now you're observing inhalation, exhalation. And then suddenly, while you're observing, what will happen? Maybe there is something after meditation you're planning to do. Or maybe your office work, homework, something. Then it comes to your mind. Now you keep thinking. Unknowingly what is happening, your breathing start to become rough. And that calmness disappears. And then suddenly, because you calm down with the tranquility state, and now the mind start to go somewhere, then suddenly, when you recognize that your mind is somewhere else, suddenly what will happen? You are breathing, suddenly you start to grab up the long inhalation like that. Or maybe your mind is somewhere else, you recognize it, and then suddenly you exhale happen. So like that. And the physically also the same, mentally the same. So like that, sometimes when you recognize the mind or the body somewhere else, or the body tight and not in the right posture, so like that, you mentally interfere with the inhalation, exhalation to take a deep breathing or calm, relax your breathing. But this is something you have to, by practice, you have to recognize. When you recognize your mind somewhere else, don't try to interfere with the inhalation or exhalation. Don't try to suddenly attack to the sensation. Don't try to attack to the inhalation or exhalation. You recognize your mind somewhere else, slowly allow that sensation to happen itself. Maybe you feel your body tight, you recognize it. Just recognize it and allow slowly your inhalation, exhalation to happen like that. Don't do like that. Because that is a mental behavior in day-to-day life. As ordinary people, this happens to us. So while you practice meditation, if you allow to maintain and allow inhalation, exhalation to flow and happen naturally, little by little, your practice going to become more relaxed, more calm down, and that disconnection not going to happen. And the mental attack not going to happen. So that is one thing. And in the beginning, you recognize inhalation, exhalation separately. Then you understand conventionally, in conventional level, it is two things: inhalation, exhalation. And then later, you observe entire continuation. And then some inhalation, exhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, like that. And then finally, it is not a kind of only inhalation or only exhalation. Just the surface level, even though we name it, when it comes to, if somebody say breathing, that breathing means inhalation, exhalation, both. So then, in a certain level, what you have to do, you have to drop the idea, this dualistic mind, inhalation, exhalation. And then little by little, you have to come to a point to see the inhalation, exhalation, the both is the process of the same thing. And not only that, your mind and your body interfere with the inhalation, exhalation. Remember, in the beginning, I told you that when your mind thinking about the future, suddenly you start to breathing. See that the condition of your mind effect for your inhalation, exhalation. Condition of the body effect for your inhalation, exhalation. So the inhalation, exhalations, it's a bodily action. And there is a deeply mind also connect to that. So recognize that. And then in a certain level, drop the comparison, separation, and just see the body, your mind, your breathing, this everything. How happen as one. In a certain level, when you come to that level, what will happen? Your mind going to become calm and relaxed. Why? Because these three things integrate each other. So when the breathing calm down, your mind calm down, your breathing calm down, your body calm down. So when the body calm down, it affects for your breathing, and the breathing calm down, and the mind calm down. And again, when the breathing calm down, as a result of that, the body will calm down, the mind will calm down. So just imagine if that everything calm down, calm down, calm down, in a certain level, if your mind come to a no thought state, if the body come to no sensation, no feeling state, your inhalation, exhalations come to a point, no inhalation, exhalation. That is what called Nirodha Samapatti. So then that state, you're still alive without inhalation, exhalation. So now you know how it happens. Even though you don't think, your inhalation, exhalation happen with your mind and the body, and there is a deeper connection with the heart. It is a different topic, but we don't take it for now. This because this all everything in deeply. Once the mind come to neutral point, once the body come to the neutral level of reactions, and when the breathing doesn't happen, your life force still exists related with the heart and the blood. It's called Nirodha Samapatti. And you can stay 10 days like that. So it is a different level, but remember how it happened, because when the mind, the body, the breathing come to one point, even that as example, when the mind come to only one thought state, it is not a no thoughts, it's come to a one thought state, the body come to a little sensation state, and the breathing become very soft state. And then when this all the body, mind, the breathing come to a same frequency, it is what called flow, or another way called the samadhi, or the tranquility state. But deeply, there is a level you can go little by little, little by little. You completely get out of the sensation of the body. It is not you get out. It is not like that way. But practice point of view, we have to use that way. Your mind calm down, the body calm down, the breathing calm down. In a certain level, you can come to deeper level that no thought, no body, no inhalation, exhalation. So the important point, before you go into that, in the Vipassana level, just come to a place in this very moment, right now, right here, with any sensation. Just be with only that sensation without any comparison. Even in that moment, don't come to a point, I observe, I do this, like that way. Why? Because what is the I mean? What you represent when you say I? It is your recognition. So the recognition itself is your awareness or the consciousness. And that is the itself, the feelings. So that's why it is not I do this. You just come to a point deeply to see the experience, and the seeker and the experience and the both in a certain level become one. So we're going to practice a little bit, but in day-to-day time, whenever you have opportunity, remember yourself to little bit take time and go beyond the ordinary time period. Push your limit little bit, little by little, little by little, if you are comfortable with the technique. So keep your back straight and neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. So bring attention to your body, please, and observe head to toes 3 times. And say Sopatveva, or may I be well and happy. Bring attention to your lower part of the body and observe, is there any sensation, tightness, heaviness? Just get a mental note. In your lower back area. In your upper back and shoulders. So now bring attention to in front of your nose and your upper lip area. Deeply and gently breathe in, breathe out 3 times, please. Now bring attention to your inhalations and exhalations and allow it to happen naturally itself. Remember, never disturb it. Whatever physically or mentally happens, never disturb to your inhalations or exhalations. And observe and recognize separately. This is inhalation, this is exhalations. Do nothing extra. Calming down your body, inhalations happens. Calming down your body, exhalations happens. Calming down your mind, inhalations happens. Calming down your mind, exhalations happens. Calming down your inhalation, inhalations happens. Calming down your exhalation, exhalations happens. So now, little by little, allow your mind, your body, your breathing to slow down, calm down, possessing one lower frequency. Whatever thoughts or the sensation come to you, don't hold it to it. Just bring the knowledge of impermanent and keep awareness and let your mind, your body breathing to calm down. In the bottom, there is no mind, there is no body, there is no thoughts, no inhalation or exhalation. But you cannot achieve to that. You just allow it to happen. Knowingly, consciously. Just keep only the awareness. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this with clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and may everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light to your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward and upward. To all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, when it comes to the subject of this meditation, so nowadays you can find many kind of techniques, methods, and patterns. But especially when it comes to the tranquility meditation and the vipassana meditation, or samatha mental culture and the vipassana mental culture, there are certain knowledge you need to practice. And especially it related to all the Buddha sutras, and it has a path and the very clear destination where it take you. So then if anybody look for the truth or the liberation, transformation, and want to get out of the suffering, and this is the path. But in our life, we have many other options. And so, if you look for something else, maybe this is not the path for you. Then you have to look for whatever the other teachings. And as you know, when the Buddha come to this world, during that time, there were many other spiritual leaders and used to practice with the many kind of meditation methods, techniques. But that all included to the tranquility meditation. So the Buddha's teaching mainly depend on the vipassana meditation. And even for the tranquility meditation, he gave a different interpretation. And he slowly divert that all the methods and the patterns towards how you can end this all, rather than you come to a level or the point to change whatever the existence. So before the Buddha, the most of the teachers used the tranquility meditation to transform to another higher level, not to end. But the vipassana is the method that the Buddha taught us, rather than keep transforming, changing, diverting, how you can come to total end. But when it comes to the life, there are very few people really trying to get into the total end. Even sometimes there are some people, they have no idea about the end. They cannot get it. But by the time, and if the person start to think a little bit, and then the person can understand it. So this human life is the best place to get this wisdom. And out of that, all other knowledge, depending on this conventional life in this material world, remember that all going to change day by day, day by day. So to see the success of your life, don't look into the conventional knowledge. Why? Because it will change by the time. But the real success that you can gain for all time, forever, is recognizing this path. And not even not in this human world, it's all other higher existence. Appreciate that. Venerate that. Respect that. Worship that path. And then when you are able to even think about this path, even hear about this path, even practice this path, that all other higher existence, living beings will bow to you. Why? Because this is not easy. Even recognizing an end or even thinking about the end is not a kind of like an easy thing. Even in the very life, when we look at the sky, when we look at the ocean, when we look at the higher mountain landscape, and sometimes with this our eyes, our senses, even with the time, space, we cannot even think there is an end. Even though that whatever we see is not unlimited, but we cannot see it. So our mind condition, being this unseen end, and then how about this our inner with the thoughts? There is no end. And always keep jumping, rising. With your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, see that you have no idea about the end. Even when you close your eyes, always, you have desire to open. Even 5 minutes when we close our eyes, if I little bit, late to ring the bell, and sometimes you open and look what happened to this monkey. Is he sleeping? Or like that. It happened. Why he is so late today to ring the bell? Because I have to do this, I have to do this. Like that. When you even sit for meditation, sometimes you look at the clock and thinking, I have to do this, this is enough for me, this is enough for me today. So like that. See that you are already in the current, that caught up. You have no idea about end. So my friend, that is the very nature. It is okay. But remember, going that way, there is no end. You go with the current. You go with the current. But not this moment, not this time. Whenever you have opportunity, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe before you sleep, maybe first in the morning when you wake up, just close your eyes. Shut down all these senses. And just allow everything to settle down knowingly. That is the ending moment you want to experience. Just 1 minute. Just imagine, you come to the point to end. End this all. So when you keep practicing little by little, it will slowly start to give some kind of experience. Even that ending in your mind is something winning yourself, this unending world. So with that, when it comes to the Buddha's teaching, the main important teaching is vipassana. So in that vipassana, there is a teaching called clear comprehension, sati sampajanya. That is what you need to develop. So the sati sampajanya is a kind of like in tranquility meditation, and even still in the Western countries, or mainly other meditation techniques, mainly they talk about awareness. And in the awareness, the mind, it is the mindfulness. But clear comprehension is it is especially recognizing in vipassana practice. So today we're going to break down that, and remember this talk, keep it as a reference for you, for your future. Time to time, you come to this and listen to this. And be very clear with this clear comprehension. Because this is a teaching that taught only in Buddha's teaching. You're not going to find these details explained in any other meditation techniques. If it is explained in any other meditation technique, it always going to take you to the vipassana. Maybe if there is someone put another different name and talk about it, it is good, it is okay, it's nothing wrong. But mainly when it comes to the go with the reference with the sutras, that you will find these teachings, this breakdown, these explanations come in vipassana. This is why it called vipassana. Why? Because of the clear comprehension. So what is this clear comprehension? It is not the mindfulness. It is not the awareness. So all the tranquility meditation techniques talk about the mindfulness or the awareness. So clear comprehension means clarity about consciousness. Clarity about consciousness. So the awareness or the mindfulness is, maybe you look at this, your mindfulness means you are completely settled down with this or whatever the mental object. Or even maybe it can become a thought. So your mind settled down with something. That is the very nature of the mindfulness. But the clear comprehension means clarity, becoming very clear about your own consciousness, not about something, not the primary mental object. So that is what the clear comprehension. So when it comes to the clear comprehension or the sati sampajanya, and there are 4 steps that you have to do, you can develop this clear comprehension while you practice meditation. So to get into clear comprehension, there are 4 foundations in vipassana: contemplating the body, contemplating the feelings, contemplating the mind, and the contemplating the Dhamma or the phenomena or the nature. Those are the 4 foundations. So once you come to any sensation or any recognition when you practice meditation, this is how you develop the clear comprehension. Now you are in practicing meditation. So the first one called Sataka Sampajanya. So the clear comprehension, another way it called in Pali, Sati Sampajanya. And in that Sati Sampajanya, or in a clear comprehension, clarity of consciousness, clearly conscious. So in that consciousness, first one called Sataka Sampajanya. So the Sataka Sampajanya means when you practice meditation, whatever the technique, you look into yourself how successful you are in that meditation. Or you can apply to anything in day-to-day life as a mental quality, like an attitude. Like while you sitting, mostly you sit and you do something else. But here, Sarthaka Sampajanya means when you sit, you become very conscious and look yourself, analyze yourself, you're sitting. How my back bend forward or straight, how my neck to side or bend forward or backward, even while you're watching TV, or maybe you work at office, or maybe you are in a conference, or maybe yourself you cooking, or whatever you do. Maybe you sleeping, you look into your body and see, or you look into whatever the bodily, verbally, mentally action you perform, you look yourself, you become very conscious and analyze at the same time and see how you're doing. So as example, now while I'm talking, I myself become conscious to be in the topic. So otherwise I can talk about something else. So that is Sataka Sampajanya. So then you can apply it to anything in day-to-day life. Whatever you do, while you're doing that action, you become conscious about that action. Not about what happened in the past, not about the future, not about somebody else. You become more focused and aware and analyze yourself how you perform that action. So when you practice meditation, even yourself, you observing how you doing the meditation. Are you doing your best? Are you cheating yourself? Are you doing something else? Are you lazy? Are you tired? Are you feel sleeping? So like that, you analyze yourself. So then when it comes to ordinary life, as a husband, wife, children, friends, parents, look into you and see how you doing your responsibilities, how you perform your life and according to your position. That also Sataka Sampajanya. It will help you to correct you because you see in yourself. You recognizing in this way, not about the past, not about the future, in this very moment. Even now, at this very moment, look at your posture. Is this your best posture? Or are you lazy? Or are you want to do something while doing something, or you listening to this? Or like that. Look into you and seeing that. Maybe in the beginning, you no need to even correct it. Just seeing it is enough. It calls Sataka Sampajanya. See, that is a part of the clear comprehension. So the clear comprehension means clarity of consciousness. Clearly conscious. Now you make clear your own consciousness. And the second one is called Sappaya Sampajanya. Sappaya Sampajanya means So whatever your bodily action, verbal action, mental action, you perform, while you perform it, you look into yourself, is this suitable for you? Is this fit for you? So like as example, when you're going to buy shoes or any garments, you go to the fitting rooms and then you look, maybe outside it look very beautiful, very nice. But when that garment put into you, it doesn't fit for you. So like that, all these actions outside world, maybe somebody else performing it, it look like very beautiful. It look like nice, maybe. Maybe, kind of like, dancing. It look like, it's look like very good, beautiful, and people appreciate it. But as a monk, for me, it doesn't fit for me. So recognizing that. So then while you practice meditation, as example, now you close your eyes and everybody gather here. Now we all focusing to inhalation, exhalation. And then you start to think about whatever happened yesterday or the day before yesterday, or maybe thinking about whatever you saw on TV, and then you look into yourself and say, is this suitable for me? Or maybe as a husband or wife or children, friends, or partner, maybe you observing meditation, or maybe you doing something, and then suddenly something else come to your mind. And then you have to look into yourself and see, is this thought suitable for me? It's the way, sometimes when we do kind of like that unsuitable action, kind of like we say silly. So then deeply with your mind, don't be silly with any bodily, verbally, or mentally action. So recognize it moment by moment. So whatever you do, is this suitable for me? And especially with the mind, whatever the thoughts happening. And when you practice meditation and you observe inhalation, exhalation, and maybe you start to get into dream state and you start to dream about something. And then you question yourself in that very moment regarding that thought. Is this suitable for me? And then the mind will give you the answer. Only thing is you have to look into that. That is called sappaya sampajanya. You look into that. And the third one, gochara sampajanya. This all parts of clear comprehension. When you fulfill this all the 4 parts, it's become clear comprehension. Gochara sampajanya means, is this useful, and at the same time, is this profitable for you? So maybe there is a meditation technique, it is profitable for somebody else. And then you have to look into this, is this profitable for you? Because sometimes there are things, it look like it's going to work for us. But by the time later you understand, this doesn't work for me. So then maybe you spend so much time and there's no way that you can get out of it. Even your whole life may be end struggling with that. And so then you have to remember that to look Gochara Sampajanya. When I was reading one of the economical article about the how this America became one of the leading country in the world with the construction field, and in that magazine mentioned the American mentality regarding this huge construction projects. In the other countries, mostly when it doesn't work, they keep trying, they keep applying something, keep trying with that, try to fix it, patching it. But in American, in this huge, the construction field, they introduced to the world, if they recognize something doesn't work, what they does, they completely demolish it and they completely take it out. They don't keep patching it. So the American, that engineers introduce it to the world. In the beginning, people were so afraid to do that. But later they understood it really worked, and it really becomes successful, and it saved a lot of money, and even give you peace of mind. So the Gochara Sampajanya also same kind of mindset. If something doesn't work for you, you don't keep it in your mind. You just get out. But sometimes, and we like to keep this, keep that, hold this, hold that. We like to keep this everything. That's our conventional mind. But when it comes to even that's why with the meditation, we don't keep practicing different meditation techniques. Because we know where this takes us and what we need. We mainly focus to tranquility meditation based with the Anapanasati or the breathing, and then we practice Vipassana and the loving kindness meditation. So there are many other meditation techniques. It may help for others, and nothing wrong with that, anything. But you have to remember, in this very time, with limited time, why you want to keep testing all that, it's a go test drive if you really know which one you want. And there's no time for you to test drive. So then remember yourself. When it comes to your mind, in the conventional life, things will change, but in your mind, just know. Don't spend so much time to think yourself, and don't spend so much energy, keep trying inside you. Just have a very clear mind inside. And then when you go to things, if it is not for you, and don't spend time there. Don't spend time there. One day I went to the mall, and before this pandemic, I entered, and within 5 minutes I came back, and the security asked me, "Oh, you came so quick." I said, there is no any t-shirt like this color. So that's it, because I went to find a t-shirt, and then I went around and I saw that there is no any color like this. I came back. I didn't even spend any time there. So that is what when it comes to the mind, I just gave a little example how you can develop the Gochara Sampajanya while you practice meditation. So then you come to inhalation, exhalation. It is very simple. You know it is there with you. Then why you spend so much time for something else? Because you know. This is what you have to observe. And find the sensation, be with it. Don't allow your mind to play with this la la land. At least while you practice meditation. So that is Gochara Sampajanya. Third one, Sattaka Sampajanya, Sappaya Sampajanya, and the Gochara Sampajanya. And the fourth one, Asammoha Sampajanya. So the Asammoha Sampajanya means, just imagine you want to practice meditation. You want to understand something better. Just imagine you want to understand the truth. Just imagine you want to attain to enlightenment. And then maybe you think, next year I go to retreat. There I will do that. Or next month I'm planning to do 1 hour meditation. In that time I will do that. Next week, I'm going to do, meditation better than this. Or from the January 1st, I'm going to start all my meditation practice. Asammoha Sampajanya is you come to right now, right this place, and practice with this moment. Not thinking about any other things. Another thing is, while you're eating, while you're moving your hands, while you're walking, sitting, in that very moment, deeply, you go to the bottom and see. You don't wait to do it any other time. In this very moment, you go and see. And when you do that way, in this Asammoha Sampajanya, you're going to recognize the things happening according to cause and effect. So just imagine my hand moving. This is not the self does. This is the moment of air. The 4 elements, heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness. The motion helped me to do this. This everything depends on 4 elements. It is not the self or somebody or any concrete or unchangeable something doing this anything. This all happening as a result of cause and effect. So you can recognize it Asammoha Sampajanya when you observe deeply in that very moment. And there are 3 parts in this Asammoha Sampajanya. Remember, in Sati Sampajanya, clear comprehension, 4 parts. Sattaka Sampajanya, Sappaya Sampajanya, Gochara Sampajanya, Asammoha Sampajanya. So in this Asammoha Sampajanya, there are 3 parts. One is called Tavakalika Asammoha Sampajanya. So the Tavakalika Asammoha Sampajanya means when you observe in this very moment, so whatever the feelings, whatever the moments, bodily action, verbal action, mental action, in whatever the object you practice with the meditation, and you recognize it is impermanent. It is only that short period it happened. And when you go to the deeper, just imagine when you observe inhalation, the inhalation that you experience here with the sensation, it's only maybe millisecond. After that, you will not going to find that sensation anymore. It's gone. And the exhalation, when you deeply observe, you can recognize only that sensation in that very moment. So whatever you see, hear, smell, taste, that's the same. Even with your husband, wife, children, family, that whatever happening in that very moment, if that moment happened only in that very moment, after that it's not going to happen. Something else going to happen. So everything we experience in a very, very short, tiny moments. But we don't see it and we take as events, not the moment of experience. So, but the Tavakalika Asammoha Sampajanya means you get out of the event concept, you go to the moment of experience and recognizing how impermanent. And the third one, Agantuka Asammoha Sampajanya. So Agantuka Asammoha Sampajanya means that always newness you keep with the any sensation, any perception, that things visiting you only in that very moment. The whatever the perception visiting you only in that very millisecond. After that it disappears. So that is where you again and again become new and keep the newness in you rather than repeating and rather than holding, grasping. And then when you come to this moment, so as example, somebody blamed you. So as you know, many times people blame the Buddha, and the very next day when they meet the Buddha, and they thought, oh, I blamed the Buddha yesterday. Today maybe he got angry with me. But next day Buddha meet them and talk very nicely, friendly, and then ask, oh, you are not angry with me? Then the Buddha asked, why? Because I blamed you yesterday. Then the Buddha said, oh, it is not you. Whoever exists in this very moment blamed me. It's somebody else. See, that is what called Agantuka Sammoha Sampajanya. You are live with always the new moment. So then no one can keep blaming to you every day. It is your mind, you create an event, this person like this person like that, that is itself called the samsara. But in deeply, this everything happening moment by moment, moment by moment. And the third one of the Asammoha Sampajanya, Mula Parinya Asammoha Sampajanya. The Mula Parinya Asammoha Sampajanya means when you come to a sensation, when you come to feelings, when you come to any perception, you go to the root of that thought or the experience or the 5 aggregates: form, feeling, perception, volition, recognition. So like that, you go to the root of that experience. And when you go to the root of that experience, you're not going to clinging with the surface level of experience. So just imagine, this is the very good example for that. When you go to the root of the thoughts, just imagine you go with somebody cannot deep dive. Somebody can just, swim, maybe with the tube or with something. And that person can swim on the surface level of the ocean. So then you go to the ocean and that person so hard, the swimming and struggling when the big waves come, go up and, fell down, maybe struggling and jumping, enjoying. When you go to the ocean, the beach, you see how, the children may be playing with the waves. But Mula Parinya Sammoha Sampajanya means you go to the root. That means you go to deep. You dive to the deep. And when you dive to the deep, you completely see something else, not the waves, There's nothing to enjoy, nothing to play, jump like that. In our day-to-day with our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, perception, the same. The samsara means in the surface level with the waves. Get this very clearly. The samsara means in the surface level with the waves, we jumping, fighting, struggling, enjoying, like that. In that same water, in that same life with the same mind. The vipassana means, clear comprehension means, you go to the root of that thought and you see something else. See the same ocean, same water. Somebody jumping, fighting, struggling, enjoying, but somebody go deeper and experience something else. So when it comes to the vipassana knowledge, in the clear comprehension, this is what happening. While somebody enjoying, fighting, struggling, resisting, hating, worrying, happy about the perception of these waves in the world, when you able to come to the Mula Parinya Sammoha Sampajani, that means when you able to go to the root, you just see arising, existing, disappearance of the heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness. When the day you experience that anymore, you're not afraid for the waves, you not enjoy the waves, but you see, you know the waves, and at the same time, you know beyond the waves what is the current. So with that, I bless upon everyone. With this good practice, may all of you be well, happy, and peaceful. May no harm come to you, may no difficulties come to you, may no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life during this time period. May all of you stay healthy and safe, and finally may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinassatu mate bhavattantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava ittavata cha ammi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya idam me punya kammam Asavakkaya vaham hotu sabba dukkha pamanchatu. Bless.